I mean, you know, nobody wakes up and decides to become a prop tech entrepreneur.
No.
I mean, I would be very surprised if someone did, but talk to me about your journey.
It's a journey of personal pain points, right? And it's what we're doing today is actually fed in extensively by personal, professional, as well as, you know, related customers, etc., pain points and experiences in the industry. I give myself sometimes the right to speak on behalf of the industry or speak about the industry, not just because of the startup we started a couple of years ago, but by the fact that I've been involved in the real estate industry either as a buyer, investor, or operator for maybe 20 years now.
Wow.
From a personal journey point of view, one of my first personal investments was actually in real estate, and that was in Dubai. And that was very early on.
You bought a house?
I bought a property off plan, original 6 by Amar, Dubai Marina.
Nice.
The marina didn't exist.
Okay.
Right? So they were starting to dig it up, and the first freehold project in Dubai, I remember somebody living in Dubai for as long as I have, was the first opportunity to actually invest in real estate in Dubai.
Right.
And my dad encouraged me. At the time, I was early in my career, and he encouraged me and actually made the first investment. So he put the down payment and said, you take it from there. So that delivered forced savings. And that delivered by myself. So I had to save to pay the mortgage, to pay the payment plan, you know, and to lock that in. And then in the end of that, I lived in the property, and then I transitioned into moving out of it and renting it out. So I became from an owner-occupier to a landlord. So I went through the experience of what it means to list your property, rent it out, generate an income of it, deal with tenants and so on. And I'm not going to bore you with the rest of that story, but you know, that really opened up the understanding of. I was one of the first mortgages ever given.
I'm sure. I mean, because I can't imagine that financing was as robust as it is today.
I was an investment banker back in the day in a company called Shah Capital, which pretty much used to lead the local and regional space. At that time, and we were involved in IPOing the first mortgage provider in the UAE.
Wow!
So I think I was like customer number 3 or 4 for them, and I wanted to mortgage the property. I wanted to pay it over 15 years. I had a salary, you know, it all made sense. It was extremely painful. The whole process was very opaque. It was just starting to get started, and but it was a learning curve also for me in that context. Went through it multiple times since then, and then in 2013 raised and invested a real estate fund. Right. So I went from a personal experience into an institutional experience in property acquisitions, property financing, property operations, etc. And that was also a Dubai-based product. Had a lot of pain points on the way, and always thought there must be a better way to do this, or there must be a better way to do that, or this is just unreasonably complicated for something that in my head can be made simpler. And it turns out it can, using the right technology and having the right understanding of the asset class. I was never, you know, the biggest adopter of innovation or technology in terms of my own IP, in terms of the development of it. I was an early adopter in a lot of the technology that existed in the market, but I always was of the opinion that not enough is being done.
Right.
And I got a boost of courage, I guess, during COVID. Where I had an experience first advising and then being part of a startup in the real estate industry that was an extremely steep learning curve.
Urban, right?
Urban, correct. Okay. And that was a very ambitious company. It's a company that wanted to digitize the property leasing process end to end, from payments to negotiation, to viewings, to contract signing, etc. Nobody ever needs to meet anybody. Everything is digital. Everything is by app.
Right.
And it was a wonderful experience. For me, mainly because it got me deeply embedded and involved in the development of the solutions. We didn't go looking for these solutions, we built them.
Of course.
Okay. And it was it built the conviction in me is that we can actually build this ourselves. Even if it doesn't exist in the market, we know what needs to be built. We know how it should work. So it gave me the courage to, when I exited Urban, to start Keeper. I can't explain to you how happy I am to have made that jump and have made that decision, because it's been a wonderful ride since then, and we have been building, shipping, delivering on sort of the plan that we had in mind. All our IP, all our development, all built by the talented team that we put together, and all fed by the experience that we have built over decades, understanding this industry and how it could function better.
Well, guys, I have to say, breaking the fourth wall for a second, Waleed is the most PR trained person I've ever met in my life. He's definitely gone on the, like, this is a part where entrepreneurs describe how they're the perfect person to be building the company that they're building. And
maybe not the perfect, but
No. I do think that that's a phenomenal background, right? Like, as in, it's not every day that you meet someone that lived and breathed this city as it was from the start.